Hello, everyone. It is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware Blogger, coming to you on a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you're following me along on my blog, delblogger.com, that you're also following me along on my podcast on Anchor FM, anchor.fm/Delaware Blogger. And you know what? I decided to take some of my podcast over here on YouTube for you, right? Because you may want to see my face or you may not. So if you don't want to see my face, then make sure you're listening to my podcast. If you don't want to listen to my voice, then read my blog. Hey, I'm branding myself. So we are coming to you today. I'm coming to you today to talk about build a blog. That's right, build your blog. This is my workbook. This is actually the 2018 edition, which is still available. If you are interested, it's still only $10. I'm trying to, clear it out to get ready for 2019 starting in September. And so that's what I'm going to be covering here on the YouTube channel, because most of you know that I also teach a basic blogging class as an adjunct instructor at the Deltech Community College down in Stanton, as well as down in Dover, the Terry campus. So I said, you know what, let me bring this over here to YouTube as well. So I'm going to break it up a little bit each week. We're going to start with the basics. So if you're a newbie blogger, this may help you. If you're an established blogger, may help you. And if you have any questions, I can help you. You know what? Because I'm doing this and I'm also building my brand with the podcast. And I'm going to be speaking on that at the Blogger Week Unconference in DC in October. And I might have an opportunity to do something in Baltimore next month. But let's get started. You have a blog. You want a blog. Why do you want a blog? Why? Because all those social media platforms that we are so accustomed to, the free platforms with the rented audience, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, all those, again, are free platforms. They are rented platforms. You are at the mercy. So if you're trying to build your brand, you want to build it on something that you own. And a blog you own, your website you own, your brick and mortar you own. It's just another way to get a wider audience, another way to show the world that you are a subject matter expert. That SME you see in a lot of people's bios, that simply means subject matter expert. And you're building your brand, because anymore, your digital footprint is very important. It's the way people see you, the way people identify with you, the way you want to be memorized. The way people want to remember you, how you're going to leave your legacy. For example, I was born in 1961. I don't know when I'm going to leave this world, but I want to be known as the Delaware Blogger. So that's why I invite you to find and follow and subscribe to my blog, delblogger.com. And why not Delaware Blogger? Because one of my students actually bought that domain name years ago before I changed my blog from the DEDivadeals.com, fashion and fun after 50. So if you want to build your blog, you want to build your brand with a blog, the best way in which to do so is to do it as a standalone. You can do it if you already have a business and you want to add that as part of your website, that's fine. But a standalone blog is even better because you can put more of your personality into it. And that's what we're going to start with, naming your blog, your name, your topic, and your niche. So your name and your niche is how we're going to start off this podcast. And back to podcast. This blog on YouTube. So your name, it could be you, and speaking of it can be in you, if you haven't already bought your name, your domain name, do it. I purchased AntionetteBlake.com. I don't know why, I might use it. So you might want to think about it. It doesn't cost anything, a couple of dollars or, a month or, less than $20 for the year. So go ahead and get your name. Now, when you are choosing a name, do not search for it on a hosting platform. Why? Because once you plug that name into the search engine, they know someone is interested in buying it. And if you don't make that purchase right then and there, the next time you go, it'll be heftier. The cost will be more because they know someone is interested. So simply go to Google and type in the name that you want. Again, my first blog was DEDivadeals.com, fashion and fun after 50. That was the tagline. I knew no one was going to have DEDiva with an H, deals.com. So that was mine and still own it. Del Blogger, again, I own. Antionette Blake, I own. Delaware Podcast, I own. There's a few others that I own. So again, look for it, find it, and then register it. That's your name. That's your brand. That's your legacy. How do you want to be remembered? And your name can be based on your niche, your topic. What are you going to be writing about? And how are you going to be writing? Is it going to be educational? Is it going to be inspirational? Is it going to be comedic? Is it going to be dramatic? Is it going to be, how is it? What's your voice? Remember, your brand is your bond is your brand. And remember, you can't separate your personal from your business brand. So keep it right and tight. So how do you want to build your brand? Once you think about that, then you've got your name. Now, your topic, that may be a little bit more difficult because you got so much going on in your head. How do you want to do this? It's your passion. Heard people say that your passion. What is it that you can talk about for days and weeks and months? That is what you're going to be writing about, because hopefully you're going to stick with it and write for days and weeks and months. So think about if you went to a bookstore, went to the library, what section of the bookstore or the library would you be sitting in? That's your topic. Or how about if you were at a dinner party or with your family and your friends? What would you be talking to them about for hours and hours and hours? That's your topic. Knitting, sewing, traveling, foodie, fashion, whatever the case may be. That's what you want your blog to be. And, you don't have to, say, oh, I can only write about this. Because you're going to, as with life, there's curves, there's changes. So you can change up, but kind of stick with it. And if you want to narrow your niche, what do I mean by narrowing your niche? Okay, so say you want to write about cars, but then you want to narrow that niche. Is it European cars? Perhaps it's cars from the 60s. How about it's a particular car, brand, or whatever? That's narrowing your niche. You're going to make your audience a little bit bigger when you narrow your niche. So if you're talking about food, is it Southern cuisine, or is it healthy foods? Is it food for diabetics? Whatever the case may be, you want to narrow that niche. So once you think about your topic, got your name, narrowed your niche, now you want to start writing, right? This is what I want you to do. I want you to grab yourself a notebook or a calendar, and I want you to start brainstorming topics. What you want to write about. And not write them, just topics. Start writing out the topics you want to write about. And then when you do start to expand on these topics and you do start writing them and you do, have your platform and you're now on a website that is hosting your blog, don't do the free route. I did the free route on Blogger and Blogspot and WordPress.com and all that. If you're serious about this, you want to sign up with WordPress or, some of the other ones. I only do WordPress.org, so I can't tell you any of the other ones. But you want to buy that domain name and you want to make sure it's hosted on a paid platform. Don't want to go free, because free, again, you're getting what you pay for. And if you ain't paying for it, you ain't getting it. You never know. Your blog might be, wake up in the morning, be gone. So invest in it. If anything, you can write it off later. If you decide later, I don't want to do this, but at least you have it, you own it, and it's yours to do as you wish. Again, these free platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all of them, they're free. They can do what they want to do. And again, you want to make sure you own your real estate, and your blog is your real estate. But now that you've started setting up your blog with your title, URL, you've chosen your theme, because we're not going to dive deep into that. We'll get into that later. But you've chosen your theme. There's a lot of free themes out there, a lot of paid themes out there. You may find a blog that you like the theme. So ask them, who they buy their theme from. I usually buy mine from Theme Forest. If you're not good at building themes, you can have someone else do it, but I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You got that name, you bought the URL, you got that everything on WordPress.org, and now you're playing around with it, right? You're learning, you've seen the themes and all of that, and we can talk about that later. But what I want to talk about is your content. When you're writing your content, make sure you have at least 5 posts in draft. Why do I say that? Because life happens. You may not feel well. You may get sick. The kids may get sick. You may want to go on vacation. You may have a brain fart. You can't remember. You don't want to know what to write. At least you've got 5 posts in draft that you can publish. That's right. And so before we even talk about what it is, let's talk about the 3 P's of blogging. That's right. 3 P's. Passion. A lot of people talk about that. For your purpose. Patience, of course. Patience and perseverance. Passion, patience, perseverance. And what's the other one? Patience. Patience, perseverance. That's 3 P's. Passion, patience. No, my bad. Passion, purpose, and patience. Or perseverance. That's why I intermingle. 3 P's. Next week, we'll talk about the 3 C's, and I remember those. Your passion. Again, what is it that you can write about, talk about for years from now, months from now? That's your purpose. You know, people throw that term around loosely, passion, 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 turn your passion into a profit, but it's true. It's what gets you up in the morning, what makes you want to do what you do. You're passionate about it. So that's the first P. You have to be passionate about blogging because, again, you are on this journey yourself. No one else is going to write for you. You know, you can get people to write for you, but you know what? This is your voice. This is your brand. How do you want to leave your legacy? Again, you're going to be doing the most writing. You can get ghost writers in, you can get people that give you guest posts and stuff, but basically this blog is yours. People come to you, you know, to listen to your voice. So you want to make sure it's your brand. It's you, it's you, it's you. Do you, boo-boo, because there's nobody else like you. So that is your passion, whatever it is that you're passionate about, whether it's sewing, cooking, cleaning, cars, fashion, travel, you know, education, training, whatever, blogging, podcasting. This is what it's going to be about. Purpose. What is your purpose? Are you going to be educational? Are you going to be informational? Are you going to be entertaining? What is your purpose? Is there a pain point you're trying to solve? Is there something out there that you want to help people with? That's why you want to start your blog? So think about that because that's going to help you build your audience. And the last P is patience. Blogging is not a sprint. It is a long-term marathon, and you got to be in it to win it. You've got to be a self-starter, you got to be a self-motivator, and a self-promoter. Initially, you've got to be able to do those things because no one's going to come and do it for you. And there is so much out there, so much noise out there that you want to make sure that you are passionate about what you do. You have a purpose to what you're going to do, and you are persistent, you know, and you're patient in that. So those are your 3 P's. Successful bloggers are self-starters. They've got a lot of passion. We love what we do. And they're genuine, engaging, and perfectionist. So that is what I want to talk about today, just as an introduction to this series, because you can find this if you would rather listen to me on Anchor FM. I cover these topics under anchor.fm/Delaware Podcast. Delaware Blogger. That's me. Also, I have the Build a Blog Workbook, parts 1, 2, and 3, still available for $10. And you can subscribe to my blog, delblogger.com, to find this information. But however you get me, whether you're seeing me, whether you're reading or listening to me, it's all part of building your brand. So until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva. And don't forget, thumbs up this video. Subscribe to this channel and my blog, delblogger.com. See you later.